Hello, and welcome to the Inventory Podcast, the only podcast on the internet that does its research in the nude while your cat watches. Everyone thank Aidan for that nice little intro. He decided to write it out, and I had to read it, because I'm the one who does the intros, apparently.
Yeah.
There you go, so that's a nice little intro. There you go. We're mixing it up a bit here. How are we mixing this up?
We're throwing it in a bowl and putting it on toast.
Yeah, we're throwing it in. We're going to put it on toast. Basically, this podcast is still in early beta. We're Minecrafting this shit. We're going to be in alpha for about 7 years. So we're going to switch it up a bit. We're going to just go straight into the news and give us more times to dick about. You know, give us more times to have those hour-long wrestling rounds.
With the release of the network.
Exactly. It'll give us all this time to talk about random shit. As well, we're going to keep it gaming related, obviously.
Of course.
Exactly. So, gives us more time to just talk about and cover more stuff and have it not be on strict deadline. And try and keep Aidan on the leash from these wrestling rants. Try to.
You can try all you want.
Probably won't work, but we'll try our best. So I'll try my best, I guess. You guys can't do anything about it. I'll try. Can't do much, so it's only on a Skype call. I mean, it's not like I can hit him through it. So, with that being said...
Just imagine you reaching through my screen and bitch slapping me.
Fair enough. Okay, well...
Seen Poltergeist too many times.
Oh my god. So, anyway, Jesus Christ, trying to get on track. Anyway, Jesus, so sorry. Okay, so this is episode 5 of the Inventory Podcast for the week of the 24th of February. There you go, I finally got the date in front of me so I can see that shit. God, this intro is all over the goddamn place. So, there we go. I guess we can move on to our first topic then.
Yes.
Right, so first topic is that the Xbox One has a price drop of £399 and 99p, and also features a Titanfall download in the UK only. From what I hear, it's supposed to be kind of like the launch bundles that had, I think it was Forza and FIFA. So they're in limited supply, but you know, it's getting Titanfall now. That's kind of cool.
Better.
It's better.
Better.
I mean, it's better than Forza. I mean, most things are better than Forza to me. I couldn't give a rat's ass about a car, so... I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they're putting the price down. I was at $399. It's still... I mean, that's kind of fair. I mean, you get Titanfall with it. So that's roughly the same price as how much a PS4 bundle is with a game, I believe. It's closer. It's not £100 over like it used to be.
Could not just cut out the Kinect. It seems like it would save a lot more money and be a lot easier, because I'm pretty sure if I was to buy an Xbox One, I wouldn't use the Kinect anyway.
Nah, man, Kinect is the future.
I can fuck off.
I wish. I mean, that was kind of the whole thing. I don't know if it was actually confirmed or not, or if it was just a rumor, but the whole thing is that the reason the PS4 was so cheap is because they took out their camera and made it optional, which, you know, thank God for that.
No one's going to use it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems to be they're really trying to force this Kinect, and they tried to force it on the Xbox 360. Well, they didn't really force it, but they tried to whore out this Kinect as much as possible. But at the end of the day, there was really jack shit on it. I mean, you know, when the glaring feature on this whole thing is just like, oh man, you can say Fusro Da while you play Skyrim, and he actually does it. Like, cool. Like, I could just press a button and not spend £100 on the Kinect.
And you're going to press the button and say it anyway. You're anything like me.
Exactly. So, you know, you might as well, you know, just do that.
See, I don't like motion controls at all.
No, I mean, I bought the, what's it called? The PlayStation one. PlayStation Move. I don't really know why. I guess, because there are some things that really work on it. I mean, like, for the Kinect, I got Dance Central. And Dance Central was the shit. Dance Central was awesome. I love Dance Central.
You got Michael Jackson as well, didn't you?
Oh, that was on the Wii, but I loved that as well. I mean, there you go. Connectimals was badass as well. Loved Connectimals.
You know the weird thing about that? You've got... How many dancing games do you own?
How many what games?
Dancing games.
Let's see. Michael Jackson, Dance Central 1, Dance Central 2. I'm pretty sure that's it. I don't think I've got
Really?
any more than that.
I cannot imagine you dancing anywhere other than your living room.
Oh, that's because I wouldn't dance anywhere other than my living room. That's
What
the
if we were-
beauty of it.
What if we were filming you in your living room?
I'd put a sensor bar over the entire video. Just the entire video is going to be a massive sensor bar. It'd be like Girls Gone Wild on the adverts, though. Too hot
Never
for
watched an
TV.
advert. Oh no.
Exactly. Is Girls Gone Wild even a thing over here?
Not particularly, I don't think.
No, is it even a thing anymore, actually?
I heard something about the guy, or maybe I'm mixing that up with an episode of Castle.
You know, that's when you know you've been up watching TV so late, and when you start getting like 90 Girls Gone Wild adverts a second, that's when you know you should go to bed. I mean, that really tells you a lot, though, when you're just sitting there like watching Cartoon Network, and then it's like, tits! It's like, oh, okay, it's that time.
See, we don't need it over here. We got Babe Station.
Oh, God, Babe Station. That
That's
channel
the worst
is just,
thing ever.
Oh. Old British housewives, just... Oh, God. I don't even know if we can talk about this, but I mean, it's shocking. It truly is shocking, the stuff that happens. I don't watch it. It's not like I'm saying, like, oh yeah, I watched it the other day. I mean, obviously you'll be flicking through the channel, just see like to see, 50-year-old toothless housewife with a phone trying to like wink at you, and you're just like, what the hell have I walked into?
What did they call that? You probably don't even know. Bravo over here had a spin-off channel that was dedicated to games. And every evening at about 8 o'clock, it just turned into Babe Station until 6 in the morning.
Oh, beautiful. I have no idea.
So that brings us back onto topic.
Yeah, I mean, gaming channel, Babe Station. But there you go. I mean, there's an Xbox price drop that comes with a Titanfall download. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, Titanfall looks badass, and the way they're trying to pitch this now to make their Xbox sell, because the PS4 seems to be doing amazingly, so they're trying to pitch this at, Watch Dogs, Destiny, Titanfall are the biggest games this year. So, and the Xbox is the only console you can play all three of them on. That's smart.
That's kind of cool.
It's true. I mean, I wish Titanfall was in the PS4. But there you go. I mean, it's on the Xbox, and to see that they've got a price drop going, I mean, to me, like, the console should have been £400 to begin with. Like, the fact that they were like pretty much charging an extra £100 for Kinect, which no one really gave a flying fuck about.
The only upside to Kinect is messing with your friends.
Exactly. It makes
turning off their
playing
PlayStation.
Uno so much
Or
better.
Xbox even. Turn off their PlayStation. God.
Oh god. I mean, it makes playing
Oh.
Uno so much better on Xbox Live. I mean, you don't need to get your own webcam to, do what people do on Uno. We all know what people do on Uno. We all know. Kinect makes it easier. Everyone can join in on the Uno sex cams. If you want, I guess.
Why do we keep getting into this tonight?
It's Xbox.
It's Xbox.
It's Xbox. See, that's how we get into it. But that's really cool. I mean, if I had £400 to spend, I'd grab this bundle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Worth
not
it.
the one that's got the cool, the badass Titanfall controller. I mean, that
Yeah.
shit's sexy. So it's not that one, sadly. You just get the normal Xbox One, but you get Titanfall download on it. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, there's not really much else you can say about that. I mean, that's awesome for how much it is. I mean, if I had the money, I would go grab one. But
Uh,
do not.
I'll wait till Halo.
Wait till Halo.
Wait till Halo.
I'll wait until the PS4 has games so I can finally use it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy a PS4.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're the smart one. Duh. I'm the idiot who bought one. Ugh. Wait until March, though. See, I might be giving the PS4 a lot of shit now. Wait till March. Just wait till March. I'll be singing all the praises of this PS4. It'll be the greatest console ever in March.
Better than the Atari.
It is. March 21st will be the day that PS4 overtakes Atari.
I think it'd have the same life cycle.
I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to be going for 10 years on the PS4. I mean, that seems to be what they're aiming for, and everything now is 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. GameCube, about a week and a half.
Here, don't be slagging the GameCube.
I like the GameCube. I'm just saying they only supported it for about 2 days. It's like Double Dash, Resident Evil 0. Okay, life cycle's over. That's it.
Did you ever get that chainsaw controller for Resident Evil?
No.
That seemed like the most badass thing ever when I was a kid. Never got it.
What game was it for? Was it for 4?
I don't think it was for 4.
I assume it was, because 4 was the one with the train saw guy in it. It was the Wii controller, wasn't it?
It was. I don't think it was Wii. Was it?
I remember seeing it. I just felt like that is the most unpractical thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but it was awesome.
It was awesome, but I'd never use it.
Yeah, but you look at it. You don't need to use it.
If it is Resident Evil 4, I'd just like to say this is kind of spoiler for later on in the show, but can you believe they're releasing another version of Resident Evil 4?
I can't believe you're surprised by this. Have they not remade every Resident Evil ever?
No, they haven't remade 3 yet. I'd play the shit if they remade 3. But that just seems to be the case of obviously they see that 4 has done the best. I think it's done the best. I'd like to think so, because it's on every single console known to man. And then there's a remake of every single console version known to man. And then there'll be an HD remix of Resident Evil 4. And then they'll probably go and port it back to the Nintendo 64. Just to throw it on there. I'm just saying, there's Resident Evil 4 is on everything at this point. And I don't get it.
I think I could get it on Dreamcast.
You probably could at this point. In fact, whip out the Atari. They're probably releasing that in a few months.
Oh.
I don't get it. I mean, it was a good game, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't 20. Then again, this is Capcom who like to rip the dick out of different versions of games. I mean, we're on what version of Street Fighter 4 at this point?
Edition 27. This time Goku's wearing 2 headbands.
Oh shit.
Goku? Ryu?
That's DLC.
That would be amazing.
It'd be overpowered though. You just go Super Saiyan and wreck everyone.
Yeah. I'd finally beat you.
You might actually beat me. Except I'd play as Vegeta as well. I mean, Vegeta is also DLC in it.
Bound to be a hack for that.
Speaking of Goku and Vegeta, remember a few weeks ago I was talking about Smite?
Yeah.
So I was listening back to one of the guys, because Sun Wukong's in the game. And I was listening to his voice pack, and I thought, that voice sounds awfully familiar. It's Goku.
Oh yeah, I heard this.
Apparently, Vegeta and Goku do the voice of a shit ton of gods in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
And you reminding me of this is why I'm about to download it when we finish this.
Oh, are you downloading Smite after this?
Yeah, sure, might as well. It's free to play.
Oh man, you so should. Then add me and we'll so go play and get yelled at by tryhards.
Well, I've got a headset now. I can actually team talk.
Oh man, it's not going to help. It's not going to help.
As if I would be any good at it anyway.
It's alright, we'll figure it out. We'll do a crash course on it. We'll Korea this shit.
What, stay up for 4 days straight playing it and not leaving to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you get the grown-up diapers on just to play Smite. That's what we're doing. Starting tomorrow. And I want people to join us, damn it. People who listen to this and have a PC, download Smite and add me. I want to play with people who won't yell at me and call me a feeding noob.
I might yell at you, but I won't call you a feeding noob.
You'll just yell at me because you'll be confused.
Yeah. What
the fuck? I don't know.
I'm just wondering whether or not my laptop will run it.
Probably not, but, we'll find out, won't we?
What do you mean Raspberry Pi would?
It'll be a fun experiment to see if your laptop can run Smite, and then we'll try and figure that out.
Oh my god, I just had a brilliant idea.
Oh god, what?
Do you think I could install Steam OS on my Raspberry Pi?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna try that.
Right, well you try that and you let us know how it works out then.
Will do.
Right, there you go. That's your homework. I mean,
Finding people to play small indie games.
probably. But then again, that's all you play is indie games, so you're flying.
Yeah.
It works out
Indie
for
games
you.
and Bioshock.
Indie games and Bioshock. Oh, I beat Bioshock yesterday.
Oh, look at you.
I beat it. Have you played more of it?
No, I haven't had time to fucking play anything. We're just lucky we changed this up this week.
I guess it is lucky, because, I mean, I've been playing so much Bioshock that, I mean, it would have just been 2 weeks of me talking about Bioshock, and I don't know how interesting that would have been to listen to, but holy shit, the ending of Bioshock.
Oh, so excited.
You need a wiki for that shit. Just have the wiki open while you play the ending. I mean, there are some moments in Bioshock where, like, my jaw literally dropped because it's like they just throw in this curveball in there, and you're just like, oh shit! I don't know. There's this one scene at the end, and that's when the penny drops, and you're just like, holy shit! And you just sit there in stunned silence, like I did, like an asshole for like 20 minutes.
Oh, that brings us on. Good enter. Good
Segue.
leadway. Segue. That's the one. Go on.
Yeah.
Read the next piece of news.
And we teased this well, we didn't tease it. We said it last week, but we really had no information on it.
It was breaking news while we were recording.
Exactly. But now there's a little bit of research gone into this, and I mean a little,
Tiny wee bit.
wee bit of research gone into this.
Last week I said they were laying off 15 people. Turns out they're laying off all but 15 people.
Yeah.
So,
backwards.
A wee bit. Itsy bitsy bit. So yeah, the team behind Bioshock are totally leaving it behind, essentially.
Yeah.
And splitting off to make their own new, smaller... Well, essentially they're going to make indie games now.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the thing I've gathered is that Ken Levine, pretty much the creative mind of Bioshock, has pretty much, kind of taken the Cliffy B route in that he's kind of abandoned AAA titles to kind of go for, these smaller, like you said, essentially indie games.
Yeah.
Except, they're indie, but they're not quite indie, and that's kind of what he's gone for now. It's interesting because he said that he's pretty much left to go make these smaller story-driven games or narrative-driven games that will have some replayability to them. And I mean, it could work out. I mean, Ken Levine he's been a part of some really good games. So I mean,
that's true.
I'm kind of inclined to trust him, but yeah, like you said, they laid off 150 people. I think was the total. 150 got laid off, and he kept 15 from that team.
So I was only off by a factor of 100.
Yeah, just that zero.
No, factor of 10. I math well.
But yeah, apparently that's the whole thing. Is that they're gonna move on to more narrative-driven games, shorter narrative-driven games, and they're going to be listening to the fans a lot more now, which. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, it kind of really says a lot about the state of games now. That you've got people like Cliffy B who kind of... To be honest, Cliffy B could have shit out a new Gears of War every single year and people would eat it up. Same thing with Ken Levine. They easily could have shit out Bioshock and they'd be fine with it. But
See,
go ahead.
He's saying he's moving off to more narrative-driven games. To me, Bioshock is very narrative-driven. So to escalate that, what it sounds to me like is the likes of the Walking Dead games.
Yeah.
Sort of very minimal input sort of thing, where it's essentially a movie where you control the ending. But it seems like with the stories these guys come up with, it could be brilliant.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's kind of the first thing I thought of as well as like that kind of adventure game type thing. I'm just thinking though, like an adventure game set in Rapture. An adventure game set in Colombia, like, I'd play the shit out of that.
New DLC. Come on.
Well, that's the thing. I also said last week about how they were doing this, episodic DLC for Bioshock Infinite, but now that this has happened, I kind of have no idea. I mean, I assume that's not going on anymore.
I believe he said that was the last thing he'd be working on. And
is that?
either what's happening is they've all the ideas laid out and everything's ready to be made, and it's being left to 2K to finish off. I assume, but the cat was distracting me while I did my research.
You have a cat?
James, refer to the intro. It's callback humor. Come on.
Oh, right. Fuck. Jesus. Right. But yeah, I mean, it could be interesting. I mean, obviously, extremely disappointed because, like we said, I mean, we didn't have a single. I think we had like very minimal complaints about BioShock Infinite, like very nitpicky complaints. And
yapping about bushes.
It's true though, but I mean. Like the BioShock games are fantastic. Unfortunately, I haven't really had a chance to play many of the other games that Irrational have worked on. But I mean, I've heard there's been nothing but good things I've heard about Irrational. So I mean, obviously, it's disappointing because from the way that BioShock Infinite ended, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but I would have liked to have seen where they went from there. And then I'm not entirely sure how that's going to happen. That being said, the second part of this news story is that apparently 2K have come out and said that, there's more BioShock stories to tell.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Which, that can be taken one of two ways. Either that's a fact and they're going to continue to make really good BioShock games, or they're going to Activision this shit and shit out a new BioShock. Regardless what the hell it is, or if it has any relevance to BioShock, they could easily do that.
Well, I believe as well they're trying to absorb the layoffs and just reshuffle the staff into 2K. So perhaps maybe they'll keep them as the same sort of team and put a new spearhead on it and have a different sort of keep the same team going to make more BioShock, which would be nice because I'd like to see the same people behind it. Maybe not the brains of the operation, but still the same people working on it, because with the care that goes into these games, everyone on that team loves what they're doing and loves making these games. So see the same people working on it would be really good.
Yeah, I mean, BioShock 2, like I mentioned when we were talking about that, is that was done by a completely different team, which I found out I think is actually the same team who made Dishonored, which is kind of cool. But people like BioShock 2 seems to be really hit or miss. I mean, some people are saying like it's a good game, and then other people are just like, it's shit. I hate it. And people are really worried that it's going to be pretty much the same stuff as BioShock 2, where they're pretty much going to make this, like they've got their mold and they're not really going to do much with it. They're just going to keep like putting these games out. But I mean, like I said, I didn't mind BioShock 2. I thought BioShock 2 was quite good, so I'd be all right with that if they even got that same team to make BioShock games. I'd be perfectly fine with it. But it'd be interesting to see what direction they do take now that pretty much the leader, the visionary of BioShock, isn't going to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah. Sad.
It is sad, but I mean, we'll have to see where it goes from there. Again, I have no idea what Ken Levine's got in his mind. I don't think Ken Levine has got any idea what's in his mind at this point. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where they go from this. But, I mean, it seems to be certain that there's going to be new BioShock coming out. Who it's going to be from, you don't know. But it looks like there's definitely going to be more BioShock. And it'd be interesting to see where they go with it.
Which is cool. Also, that brings us on to reviving and keeping alive franchises.
You're loving the segues today, aren't you?
I'm loving the segues.
Loving the segues.
Keeping it flowing, James. That's what we're doing. We're keeping it flowing like a river. But anyway, so Tony Hawk has been working on a new game. Details are sketchy. Apparently, all that's really confirmed now is that he was doing mocap.
Yeah.
And that he said he was working on something. Whether it's a new Tony Hawk's game or possibly something else. Well, we can assume it's a skating game.
What's Tony Hawk going to be doing other than a skating game, really?
Well, he commentates at the X Games.
Oh, Commentator Simulator.
Brilliant.
Starting to.
I don't know why you.
And
don't know why you
CM Punk DLC level as well.
James, don't tease me like that.
I'd play the shit out of that, actually.
I would. Best commentator ever. Anyway, so whether it's going to be a new Tony Hawk game or maybe putting a new face onto the series or something like that, it's going to be interesting to see. Or, maybe a HD version of Thug. That'd be nice.
I mean, we can only assume that it's going to be a skating game. I think that would be a pretty safe assumption, because why else would you really want Tony Hawk there unless it was a skateboarding game? That being said, I mean, when we were talking about skating games a few weeks ago, I said that, like, I honestly don't give a shit about Tony Hawk anymore. I mean, Skate is a far better skating game, in my opinion. I think Skate is just a far better game. So I don't really know if I would really give a shit. Especially considering how bad the last few Tony Hawk games have been.
I played everything up until Ride. I wasn't playing that. That just wasn't happening.
I know you were complaining about Tony Hawk's Underground 2, but to me that was the last good Tony Hawk game. Everything after that was garbage. At least Tony Hawk Underground 2, like, that was bearable. I could deal with that, but everything after that was, like, complete and utter garbage.
I quite liked American Wasteland, but I'm starting to think maybe I just liked it for the same reason you liked Thug 2.
The soundtrack.
The soundtrack.
Exactly. I mean,
the soundtrack was great.
Yeah, the soundtrack was fantastic in American Wasteland, but again, that was pretty much the only thing I enjoyed about that was the soundtrack. I didn't really enjoy any other bit of it, but that's kind of what Tony Hawk became for me, is that the soundtracks are always amazing, but the games were incredibly mediocre.
Well, it'll be fun to see. Can't complain if it goes without saying I'm going to play this game.
Yeah,
because I'm a huge Tony Hawk fan, and as long as it doesn't have as long as it's not a Kinect game or something like that, I'm happy enough to play it and give it a try and go in with. I'm going to go in with high hopes, because I'd like to think bringing it back at this point, they're going to try and make something really good.
Nah, it's just going to be Project 8 version 2.
I like Project 8. First game I played in the Xbox 360.
Oh, that game sucked.
I didn't mind it.
Oh, I hated it. Oh my god, it was so bad.
But it had Jason Lee.
Great, the game still sucked though. Like,
you
the
make
game.
Me sad.
Oh, but I can't help that. See what they need to do, right? They need the people who compose the soundtracks for Tony Hawk Underground. They'll shift over to the Skate team. Then Skate would be perfect.
You rarely actually hear too much music in Skate. Maybe that's just me.
Because you're muted because the music's so bad half the time?
Yeah. Maybe it's... I can't even remember the last time I played Skate, but... It's not sort of like... the music only comes in at times. When you're just sort of cruising around the town, you'll hear something.
Yeah. It's about... Again, I haven't played Skate in ages either. That's a game I'd like to see come back. I'd love to see Skate come back, and I'd like to see them do it properly. I mean, Skate 3, they focus so much on the online component of, you build your crew up, and then you get the board sales, and you've got your company, and yeah. It's just like, what if I don't like people?
You don't like people?
Exactly. What if I'm me, and I don't want to, talk to random assholes about board sales? What if I just want to skate? But you kind of couldn't do that because, like, the single player was non-existent in that game, and your best bet to do anything was to go online where the game opened up. But what if I don't want to go and go online because, a lot of my friends didn't even play Skate, or a lot of my friends were on the Xbox 360, so that pretty much meant that, like, I was doing Skate 3 alone, and not to mention that, and beside all that, the game just sucked. Like, they added some really cool shit. Like, I think they added, what did they add? Some new tricks in there. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I think they added the late flips on there as well. But
I love a late flip.
I mean, they added so many cool tricks. A boneless. I think they added a boneless in there as well.
I do have to... when it comes to Skate, that the trick system in that is just so good.
The trick system is fantastic, and it really annoys me the fact that, like, they kind of let the series die out on such a crap game. I really wish they would bring it back at least one more time for a really, really good game. I really wish that they would bring that back, because I love skateboarding games, especially like the simulator, like Skate. Like I played the shit out of Skate 2, and I just really wish they would bring it back to like, even if it was for the last game, I really wish they would bring it back to end it on a high note, not end it on that like fetid piece of shit Skate 3.
Oh, it was quite buggy as well, wasn't it?
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, it was just a bad, and the area you were in was just boring as well. There was nothing to it.
While we're on skating games, did you ever play Shaun White? Shaun White skateboarding?
No, never.
That game is unbelievably forgettable.
Really?
Like, as soon as you put that joypad down, you're thinking, what did I just do? Where was
I heard about the snowboarding game, and then I didn't really give a shit about it. And then someone told me that you can have snowball fights in it, so I immediately wanted to play it, but I never did.
Apparently, I believe that Shaun White snowboarding did really well, and I believe it was actually a pretty good game, but I don't know if it has the same sort of storyline as Shaun White skateboarding. Essentially, in that game, you're in sort of like, I don't know, it's some sort of communistic sort of city where everything's run by a big corporation who hate individuality and stuff, and to brighten up, everything's grey, and to brighten stuff up, you have to trick on things. It was like Jet Set Radio.
I actually did hear that comparison, yeah, that it was kind of like Jet Set Radio, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I never played. I didn't play much of Jet Set Radio. I know they've released it in HD on the PlayStation Network, but I just never bought it.
While doing one of my PS Plus binges, where I just pick up everything that they've released, I thought I got a free version of Jet Set Radio HD. Turned out the download was for the Vita.
I know.
On the Vita.
I was so annoyed at that as well. I remember because I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm finally going to play this game on the Vita. I was like, shit. Really annoying, but I mean, the thing with Shaun White is that, did anyone really give a shit? I mean, if you wanted to play skateboarding, you had Skate, you had Tony Hawk. If you wanted to go snowboarding, you had SSX. Like, I don't really know many people who are going to like pick Shaun White over anything.
Well, at the time, he just won a shitload of gold medals, so...
Cool, that's awesome. I'm so happy for him.
I suppose it matters to people.
How about you watch a proper sport, like ice hockey? That's all I'm saying.
Were you watching the Olympics?
I was, yeah. Of course I was. What kind of a question is that?
Were you disappointed?
I'm just... Okay.
Well, bronze, didn't they? They got bronze.
They got nothing. And here's what I'm going to say about that, right? So, they lost against Canada because Carey Price played out of his goddamn mind, and he basically played out of his mind the entire goddamn tournament, which no one was surprised because Carey Price is an absolute beast. So America lost 1-0 to Canada and basically got knocked out of the gold and silver medal and only had the bronze against Finland. And somehow they gave up. And I like the mentality of just like, we can't get the gold, so we'll let you have the bronze. Because, Finland were half their team injured, right? And they lost 5-0 against Finland. How the fuck do you lose 5-0 against Finland when they've got no goal scorers other than Teemu Selanne, who's about 600 years old at this point?
I'm pretty sure Finland don't use skates either. They just run around the ice.
I don't know, but... As for Team USA, that sucked. Did like Team Canada getting the gold though, because I like Marty St. Louis, Tampa Bay Lightning player, obviously. So good to see him get something. But this isn't a hockey podcast as much as I wish it was.
Because you don't know anyone else that likes hockey.
Exactly. Just wait until September. Wait until September. You'll all get your fix. You'll all get your goddamn fix on hockey. Just wait until September.
I'm not looking forward to that at all. Actually, you know what? I hope NHL 15 launches the same day as WWE 15.
Oh my goodness. No one's going to be able to... Have you even played 2K14 yet?
No.
Oh. So CM Punk then?
CM Punk. Oh, where is he? Where's he been?
He's walked out.
Yeah, he's a good fella, but he's fucked off.
He's fucked off. He's pulled the Stone Cold.
Yeah, he did. He pulled a Stone Cold. He just fucked off.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. and he thought Daniel Bryan should be, so he wasn't going to complain too much, and he just decided to go home.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. What
You just light a cigarette.
No, I don't. What? No, but so yeah, CM Punk. Pretty much the only reason you'd watch WWE over than Daniel Bryan and the Shield. Daniel Bryan gets shit all over. Dolph Ziggler nowhere to be found. Zack Ryder's at the canteen. And now CM Punk is fucked off.
Although I will say, I watched the match of the year yesterday. It's only February, and match of the year.
Which one?
The Wyatts versus the Shield at Elimination Chamber.
I heard about that. Apparently, I need to watch that. I've been told I need to watch that.
You don't even have to watch the whole thing. Just watch that match. Oh my god. But anyway, let's move on before I get into another rant.
I want to know your opinion about CM Punk leaving. That's what I want to know. I'll cut you off if it goes too long, but I want to know, what do you think about the state of Daniel Bryan getting shit all over? Dolph Ziggler went from having the World Heavyweight title to having jack shit. Zack Ryder. Ghostbusters.
Okay, let's knock these off one by one. CM Punk. Don't like he's gone. Don't like the way that he did it. Want him back. Not sure right now whether it's become a work shoot or he's just not coming back at all. I'm starting to think maybe he'll come back next week because they're Raw's in Chicago. Build up for WrestleMania. Thinking possibly him versus Triple H at Mania. That would be decent enough to see, but to be honest, I don't really want to see Triple H in the ring again. But odds are it won't happen knowing CM Punk. He sticks to his guns. So I don't see him coming back anytime soon. Daniel Bryan, love him. I don't think he's unhappy with what he's doing right now. He's the sort of guy that gets told what to do and does it the best he can. So I think he's happy enough where he is, just waiting and seeing. Waiting for Orton or Cena to get severely injured so he can become the top guy. Dolph Ziggler should be the top guy because he's fucking amazing. One of my favorite wrestlers currently.
Yeah.
Just should be in the ring for about an hour every week.
Just have him sell stuff. It'd be great.
Just bestseller in the business.
He'd make me buy an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Even with no money, he'd make me go get a loan for an Xbox One.
Yeah, just release the Dolph Ziggler version. Pink. Bright pink.
Bright fluorescent pink.
And Zack Ryder. Love him. Most lovable wrestler ever. But not the best. But he could be a solid mid-carder. Should be on TV more. I like him. He's funny. He's fantastic. But I don't expect to see him on Raw next week.
No, he'll be at the canteen or, watching Ghostbusters.
Right. That's me done losing us all 5 viewers we have.
It's true, though. I mean,
right.
and Mick Foley had a go at him at WWE as well. I saw that. That was interesting.
Yeah, I haven't read what his thoughts on Elimination Chamber, but before the event, he posted a very long Facebook message just saying, please don't be dicks. Please put on a good show. I have tickets for WrestleMania. Please don't make me regret it.
It was interesting to read his reaction to the Royal Rumble. That was fun.
Putting a baseball bat through his daughter's TV.
Yeah, that was fun.
Anyway, let's please move on before I get
So, if we're going to go from segue to segue, you're a massive wrestling fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
You're also a massive Batman fanboy.
I am indeed.
Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition, all the game title right there, is coming to PC and console.
Yes, this was the Vita port of Arkham Origins. Essentially, a completely different game. Like you see a lot of the time with, all the time with portable ports. I think it was a solid. It's all right. From everything I've heard about it, it seems pretty fun. It's a complete departure from what they've done before. It's a 2.5D platform puzzle sort of game, which is exactly right up my alley. Might be fun to play. Probably get it on Steam because it'll probably be cheap at some point. I'll probably pick it up. It'll be all right. And considering what's going on with what's happened with the actual Batman Arkham Origins, I'll play back Black 8 before I play the original.
Probably. I mean, if they don't want to fix Origin, then why would I want to go play it? I was looking at some videos of this game. I was looking at the trailer. I'm not gonna lie, I just watched the trailer, and it looked really interesting actually. So 2.5D is basically it's a 2D side-scrolling platformer with slight 3D elements. Like, how do you explain that? It pretty much is a 2D platformer, but sometimes the camera will whip around and show like the 3D perspective of it before going back to the main gameplay, which is in 2D.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the best way I can say that. The cutscenes, or I think they're the cutscenes of it, it might have just been like the trailer effects they were doing. They seem to be going for the whole comic book look for it, which looks really cool actually. I mean, the way they've done that, it's just like every cutscene seems to be a comic book, kind of like Peace Walker in Metal Gear, where they pretty much done away with the cutscenes, which is kind of a good thing in Metal Gear's case. And replaced it with just comic books, which, I mean, for Batman especially, it seems like a really good thing.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stick true to your origins. What I would love to see, though, is, and to be honest, there'd probably be a PC mod of this, because there's PC mod for fucking everything. I'd love to see it done in the style of the new animated version, Batman the Brave and the Bold. Have you watched any of that?
No, I haven't.
It is fantastic. It's basically an animated version of the 60s show. It is really campy, really bright. It's like, did you watch the original Batman animated series?
I don't know. I know I've seen some of the animated stuff, but I have no idea if it's the original or not.
You probably watched it as a kid on a Saturday morning. That's when I first got exposed to it, before I was a sort of Batman fan or comic book fan at all. And at that point, it wasn't my cup of tea. But whenever I sort of started reading comics and stuff and got back into it and went to watch it, it's fantastic. Brave and the Bold, however, is completely different. It is, the original series is very dark and very, it's not really a kid's show, but it really is, because it's quite tame. But Brave and the Bold is just wacky. There's constant crossovers, and there's wee skits before the episodes where it's like wee tiny mini episodes and stuff. It's really fun.
It's like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah. There has been a few. I think a few. I know there was either a DS or a 3DS version of Batman Brave and the Bold, but I don't own either, so I wasn't able to play it. But if this was in that style, I would pay so much money to play it.
Yeah?
Yeah, so much money.
I mean, this game, it actually looks kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. I never played it on either of the portable consoles, because apparently it's on 3DS and Vita. I never played on any of those. But if it's coming to console, and apparently it's going to be a downloadable game, so it won't be like full on disk space, which I'm happy about. It's going to be just a little downloadable one. So I'm assuming it's going to be like quite, reasonably priced. I hope so anyway. So I mean, it looks really cool actually for what it is. I mean, I'd probably play it.
It's safe to say I will play it.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, it looks cool as hell. I mean, I'd like to be able to play it. I'd like to be able to play Origins, but
that's the thing about Origins. The bugs in it don't affect everyone, but how bad they are, you don't want to get that game and not be able to play it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what the cause.
Wiped.
I'm not totally sure what the cause of the bugs are, so it's hard to tell. Maybe it's playing on an older console or something, but if that was totally obvious, I would know by now. So I don't want to buy Origins and play it on my second release PS3 and get 2 minutes in and not be able to play the game. Some sort of corruption or something.
The cause is Brink.
Brink
is the cause. Brink is the cause of the game breaking.
Here, have we had a podcast yet where we haven't mentioned Brink?
I don't actually know. Maybe the first one? No.
That's
No,
that's
I
just how
think we might
bad
have mentioned Brink in every single podcast so far.
that is just how bad that game was.
Still on sale on Game, by the way, so there you go. Hot ticket.
I actually on Reddit saw someone post this game still in high demand. Someone taking a picture of Brink with the seal from the launch editions, where it had a sticker on top saying "Don't sell until whatever the launch date was." So there's still launch versions of that game in game shops.
Yeah. That's Brink.
Fuck
That's
Brink.
Brink. I don't know though. I mean, Batman Arkham Origin Black Gate looks really cool. I'd like to be able to play it. Maybe when it comes out, I don't know if I'll play it on PS3 or PC. I don't really know yet. I don't know. Probably whichever one ends up being cheaper, probably. So it depends which one gets a sale first.
Probably PC then. Probably Steam. Steam will just go mad and be like, "Here, have a game."
Here, have a game for 2p. Cheers.
Either that or it'll be on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I mean, that'd be really cool. Actually, the PS Plus must be getting updated soon. I have no idea what's supposed to be on next month. I don't think they've said anything yet.
Maybe they'll keep, because they had Metro and BioShock on, so maybe they'll either keep them for another month or it'll just be smaller titles. Because those were two high demand games, like.
Well, as far as I know, they've got to change them every single month. If they keep them on and then add big ones as well, but they do have to put some games on there every single month. I'd like to see what they're going to put on the PS4, because we all know the PS4's got no games, so I'd like to see what they're putting on for PS Plus for that.
I'm waiting for when they stop with the PS3 games on PlayStation Plus and start moving over to PS4 exclusively with the AAAs.
I'd like for something to go on the PS4 in general. That'd make me happy. That being said, I still haven't had the chance to play Outlast yet, so...
Just wait for Infamous. You'll be happy then.
Oh. I'll be a fat kid in the candy shop when Infamous comes out. Oh my god. I'll be a happy son of a bitch on March 21st. March 21st, I will be a happy son of a bitch.
Wait a minute, are we going to be... What? Let me check dates. March 21st?
Yeah.
Alright, you've got 1, 2, 3... 3.5 days to review it.
And I trust me, and because it's a new game, I fully intend on talking about Infamous. Fully intend. It's a big game, it's a new game, and it's the only goddamn game on PS4, so I fully intend on talking about it. But oh my god, it's so good.
Alright, let's move on.
Oh, yes.
We're getting into segues.
We are. Speaking of anticipated games, yeah.
Yeah.
Keifer Sutherland is in MGS5, which we all know. He's taken David Hayter's job as Snake, or Big Boss, I guess, in MGS5. I'd like to see how that's going to work out, because, I mean, David Hayter's done the voice of Snake forever. But, I mean, that's not really the news. The news is that apparently he's outed the fact that he's in the new Mortal Kombat game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like Mortal Kombat. You do.
I know you don't. I love Mortal Kombat.
I'm shit at it.
Yeah, but you said you were shit at Street Fighter as well.
I am shit. You're just worse than me.
I hadn't properly played a Street Fighter since the Sega Mega Drive, so...
I don't like Street Fighter. I don't like fighting games. I'm really bad at them. But unless it's Super Smash Bros., I'll play the shit out of that. But that's kind of the news, is that Keifer Sutherland's in Mortal Kombat. He hasn't said what he's doing, or well, that's pretty much it. He hasn't said what he's doing in Mortal Kombat. He's just said that he's involved in Mortal Kombat.
New rating confirmed.
And that apparently it didn't take him too long to do whatever he was doing in it. So I don't know what to take from that. But there you go, Keifer Sutherland.
Maybe he's just going to pop out of the bottom of the screen and say Toasty.
He's going to be the new Nolan North. He's going to be in everything now. Nolan North and Steve Blum. He's just going to be everywhere.
So are you excited for him voicing in MS or MGS 5?
I don't know. To be honest, I haven't heard him talk yet. I mean, I'm sure there is videos of him talking as Snake somewhere, or like a trailer of it somewhere that I just haven't watched yet. But I mean, David Hayter is just like, he's so recognizable as Snake, as Big Boss, that to think of someone else being him is just kind of, it's just kind of a really weird thing to hear. But I mean, I thought the same thing because in Infamous, Cole McGrath has a different voice actor in the second one, and everyone was completely up in arms about it. And I was too. I wasn't up in arms. I was just kind of like, well, it kind of sucks. I like the first guy, but then you play the game and you're just kind of like, this guy's kind of cool in a different way. I mean, Keifer Sutherland could be the same way.
Kiefer Sutherland's Jack Bauer, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that seems perfect for Metal Gear.
I mean, all he's got to do is talk in a gruff voice and then repeat everything someone says.
That's all he does in 24.
Meryl! I mean, that's all he's got to do. Metal Gear! It'll be fine. That's all he's got to do is just, Metal Gear. It'll be
Who they should have got? Liam Neeson.
You know who they should have got?
Hey.
Nolan North.
You know who they should have got?
Who?
Bruce Campbell.
You know who they should have got?
Hey.
Steve Blum.
You see, you're actually using proper choices. I want to see Bruce Campbell.
You know who I want to see, actually?
Who?
Adam West.
That would be fantastic.
Adam West as Solid Snake. That would be the best thing on the planet. To be honest, I'd love to have a game where there's just the only people in the game are Steve Blum, Nolan North, and Adam West. They just voice everyone. That would probably be the best game ever.
I don't think I could complain about that.
Sure, was Wolverine in the Deadpool game?
I didn't play the Deadpool game yet.
Neither have I. Shocking.
That is very strange coming from me, huge Deadpool fan.
I know, but I really want to play it as well, but there you go. I mean, Nolan North's already there. Get Steve Blum as Wolverine. I mean, you're 2/3 of the way there. Just throw Adam West in there. DLC. Dude.
Do you know who should voice Snake?
Who?
William Shatner.
Oh my god, Metal Gear.
Start 8.
It's
whenever.
Metal Gear. Oh my god, Meryl. Okay, so who else can we think of that could possibly play? Oh fuck, what's that guy's name? Oh, the really loud guy.
Really loud guy?
The guy who, when he whispers, he still shouts. Oh my god, I can't think of his name.
Christian Bale?
No, oh my god, no. I can't think of his name. The English guy.
English guy.
Oh, this is gonna annoy the shit out of me.
Can you remember what he's in?
I don't know, he just shouts at everyone though. That's just his thing, is he just constantly yells.
There's probably people screaming at their YouTube feed right now.
There probably is so many people just shouting. And
well, it says so many people. One person. And he knows who he is.
The thing is that anyone that listens to this podcast is going to know exactly who the hell I'm talking about, but I don't, and it's annoying the shit out of me because I know his name any other day of the week. I know his name, but I can't think of it. I wonder if I googled, British guy who yells a lot.
I'm gonna Google shouty actor.
I mean, we'll probably get him. So, can we get some intermission music here?
Do 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 do. Why am I? Is there some sort of striptease going on?
I don't know, but
Brian Blessed.
Yes, Brian Blessed needs to be Snake. That would be beautiful.
I love how I got that from googling shouty actor.
Was he the first one on there?
Third IMDb page, Brian Blessed.
I mean, seriously. Brian Blessed as Snake. Any of these people would be an acceptable Snake. I would take any of them, to be honest. I can't think.
Does Metal Gear have a Q character?
A Q?
Like Q from James Bond.
I have no idea.
Do Do you know who Q is in James Bond?
No, I don't.
Sort of this. Have you seen Austin Powers?
Yes.
You know Basil?
Basil, yeah. I guess
Basil of
what's his
James
name?
Bond.
What's his name? The Colonel would probably be the closest.
Then John Cleese should voice him.
Fun fact, the Colonel is in Ben 10.
That is a fun fact.
The guy who voices the Colonel is the granddad or the uncle or whatever the hell he is in Ben 10.
Never watched Ben 10.
It was on TV one time and I heard it. I thought that voice is oddly familiar.
Just seemed like a cheap Danny Phantom knockoff to me.
Danny Phantom. Holy
Danny
shit.
Phantom.
It's like Devil May Cry for kids.
Yeah, excellent.
So there you go. I mean, I'd like to see a game. We'll have the all-star cast of voice actors. I want Steve Blum, Nolan North, Brian Blessed, Adam West, William Shatner. We'll throw him in there as well.
Dude, let's get a Kickstarter together.
Get a Kickstarter for all these people to make a game. I don't care if it's good or bad. How can it be bad, actually, when you've got these people voice acting? It's not even possible.
We'll call it Soundboard the Game.
Soundboard the game.
Yes.
The many talents of Nolan North.
Yes, let's do this.
There you go. Let's back it.
Actually, you know what it should be? It's a fighter. But instead of hitting them, you shout things at them.
Well, Brian Bless is going to win every time. He'll be the Kratos of that game then, if it's shouting.
He's the boss.
He's the boss, the hand. He's the hand of this game. Oh, no.
He's the M. Bison.
The M. Bison, the hand, the, I don't know any other bosses in fighting games. Fighting games.
Why is my mind gone totally blank on Mortal Kombat right now?
I don't know. Scorpion.
Don't make me hit you.
He'll just yell, "Get over here."
Eh,
Really loudly. And his voice will bring you to him.
he can be DLC.
DLC.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Don't tell him that. Don't give him ideas. We've seen Kratos in there. I mean, I'm just telling you. Brian Blessed.
We should start a petition to have Brian Blessed as a voice in everything ever.
And the guy who voiced Gordon Freeman.
You know what? Do you think we could develop some sort of technology where, like, you open a bottle of orange juice and Brian Blessed shouts at you?
Oh, man, that'd be great.
That would be fantastic.
Good morning!
I'm Brian Blessed!
Oh, God, nothing will wake you up faster. I don't know what'd be scarier, waking up to Brian Blessed yelling at you, or them, you know the old Burger King commercials where you'd wake up next to the king and he'd hand you a burger? That shit was creepy as hell.
Terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. That's just that's Outlast 2.
You know the only thing that would make that worse is if Ronald McDonald was on the other side.
Christ. They'd fight each other.
What
and the
sort
Colonel.
of weird threesome did I have last night?
At least the king was nice enough to make you a burger for your effort.
Yeah. Ronald McDonald just made a fucking balloon out of the condom.
Oh, God. Moving on.
Please, quickly.
Right, yeah, go ahead.
Right, we're finished with news. News is done.
Kind of,
Now we're just, kind of. Now we're just talking about shit that's happened. Which is sort of news, but not really.
It's sort of news, but we're a bit late.
Bit late in the uptake here. So have you been watching any of Twitch Plays Pokemon?
I haven't actually, no.
You haven't? It is the most infuriating thing ever.
I have no idea. I've heard so much about this. I know nothing about it. Anytime I go into Twitch, I watch the Smite stream. I know nothing about this.
Right, let me explain what's happening to you. Some guy coded Pokemon Red so that that commands put into the comment section would be the inputs to the game. So you type up in the comment section, the character goes up. You type down, B, A, whatever. And the internet went fucking nuts. This shit got so much views. It's in the millions altogether. I think it's something like 75,000 concurrent views. It's insane. To begin with, it was just complete anarchy. You typed in your input and it happened. Now the guy who made it, he's brought in a control system where the people playing the game can make it democratic or anarchic, or anarchaic. No, don't be silly. Okay, let's go Joker with this. You can introduce a little chaos.
Right. Okay. Splash a little bit of chaos juice in there.
Yeah. Everyone thought I was going to say anarchy there. I didn't. I said chaos. Anyway, so essentially what happens if it goes down, if the meter goes down to chaos, shit goes back to the way it was in the beginning, up to democracy. It's like a voting system every so often. The command with the most votes happens. When it's anarchic, whatever word I can't say right now, it is horrible. It is literally watching a sprite move up a step, then pause, then the cursor will move up and down, and someone will have put in B, so it'll exit, and then someone will have put in start, and it goes back to the start menu, and it's terrifying. It's horrible. But I can't help it. Whenever I'm just doing nothing, I'll throw it on and watch for a while, and they've gotten surprisingly far. Whenever you take into account the amount of people putting inputs in, had it not been for the control system the guy added, there's no way you'd have got through Team Rocket's base at all. You know what? Actually, I'm not even sure if he brought it in by then. If he hadn't, then holy fuck, I don't know how the hell. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but yeah, it's you should stick it on this evening and just see what's happening. I'm not even sure where they're at right now, and by the time this comes out, they'll be, well, I'd say even further, but probably not. It's been running for about a week now, I think, and I don't know. It's really made me want to replay Red though, so that's a good thing.
I don't get it. What is the point? I just don't. It seems like so much shit could possibly go wrong. You know, like go into start menu, release your starter Pokemon, restart the game.
The sort of community playing it get behind the characters. It turns into a bit of a Nuzlocke. You know what the Nuzlocke is?
Yeah.
It essentially turns into that, and the whole community gets behind certain Pokemon. They develop these feelings for it, and then they'll end up released. It's complete chaos. It's fucking amazing. I love it.
I don't even know what to think about this. I mean, I heard about it, and I really hadn't had any idea what it was. Like, I heard it was like Twitch plays Pokemon, and the way I first heard it, I thought it was going to be like a live stream that they went through all the Pokemon games. Mm-hmm. And then I heard like this command center and shit, and you can control stuff. I was like, what the hell? What is this? I haven't seen it so far, which is shocking considering how long it's been going on for.
It's great. It's like a social experiment. It's just watching people actually band together and actually get a little further in the game every so often. It's great. And my Reddit front page has been just destroyed by R Gaming talking about it.
I don't even know what to think about that.
Crap, I just deserted my show notes.
I mean, I've seen like live streams where like obviously the player will be playing it, and obviously, but he won't really get a say in the matter. It'll just be like, I play the game. When it comes to a decision, it's up to you guys. I've seen stuff like that, but not to this extent. I don't think I've ever seen anything to this extent.
There's been calls for the guy to make more versions, like do it with the later games and stuff. I'm pretty sure from what I've read, he's no plans to do any more of them. But I'd really like to see him do something other than Pokemon, I think Zelda would be a good choice.
Oh my god.
The original Zelda on NES. That would be a really fun one.
See, he's one of like pick games where like it's so easy to fuck with people though.
Yeah.
You know, like Dark Souls.
You know what? A constant Contra run.
God.
Because Contra's hard as shit without the code, and to see 75,000 people try and put in the Contra code would be amazing.
I don't even know. I really do. I need to watch this. How I haven't seen it yet is beyond me, but I do need to go and watch it.
Yes, do that. And
maybe tonight. I don't know.
Maybe. But you know, Pokemon is one of the staples of Nintendo, and
for God's sake,
that brings us on nicely to the next story.
You're such a segue whore.
I am. I love my segues.
Just anything to force a segue. So,
you see,
Pokemon is on a console. Speaking of consoles,
you know what? If you're going to be like that, I'll just do no more segues.
No, go ahead.
And how would you like that? I mean, really?
No, go ahead.
Do you not admit Nintendo or that Pokemon is one of the staples of Nintendo?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Do you not think Pokemon has sold more Game Boys than most other games?
Oh yeah, by far.
So then shut your face and go with a segue.
Alright, segue whore.
Right, so Sony are developing a console wars movie with Seth Rogen working on it as well. Essentially what it is, it's sort of a social network-esque thing, but it's behind the scenes of the Nintendo Sega rivalry of the 90s, which is essentially what I grew up with. I was a massive Mega Drive fanboy. I loved the console. I played it until it crapped out of me. I still play on emulators right now. But yeah, it seems like it could be really fun. I assume with Seth Rogen on, it's going to be sort of tongue-in-cheek and kind of comedy, campy sort of thing. But he's done sort of more serious stuff before with, what was it called? The one with Adam Sandler that wasn't really that good. Funny People.
Does Adam Sandler make good movies
anymore? Nah, that's not true. Happy Gilmore was pretty good.
How long ago was that?
Quite a while ago.
Quite a while ago, yes.
But I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's in very early stages right now. I think they're planning on basing it on a book that came out recently. It's that just sort of dives into the whole thing. I think it's a 600-page book on the console war between Nintendo and Sega, and there's a lot of material there. It at the stage it's at now, I don't expect to see this before 2016 at the earliest, I'd say. But I'm holding out hope for it being good. It could be really funny and really fun, or really gritty and really strange.
Gears of War, black and white.
Well,
what would you say
gritty.
that Sega does when Nintendo don't?
Yeah, they've got blast processing. I'm still not quite sure what blast processing is.
I'd like to see a modern version of Console Wars. You know, it's just a bunch of like Xbox and Sony fanboys going at each other, just like big sweaty neckbeards, like just rolling off specs and shit for stuff they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know, you got Sony fanboys are like, "Oh man, it's exclusive," and Xbox like, "Oh, it's exclusive, but it's on PC." I'd love to see a modern one where it's just like showing off idiots. And then obviously you get like all the zingers from Sony at E3 over the year.
Oh, those wee cheap shots.
And all the Xbox get a free bottle of ointment with it for the burns.
Sick burn.
It could be an interesting movie. I mean, I was never into the whole, Nintendo Sega console war thing.
Yeah, you know what? You know what the depressing thing about this is? I'm 2 years older than you, and I feel like this was before your time.
It probably was before my time. I mean, like I've said, my first console was Nintendo 64, I believe.
Yeah, that was when it was winding down. I think
Exactly.
Sega had pretty much admitted defeat by that point.
Exactly. So I mean, it pretty much was before my time, and I didn't really give a fuck, to be honest. So it's all new to me, kind of, for the most part. I mean, other than the adverts of Nintendo and all those ridiculously bad advertisements.
But the Mega Drive has more bits than the Nintendo. It's got 16.
You know, why be a
16
fat plumber
bits.
when you could be a really fast hedgehog? It's, I don't know. It's funny. It could be a good movie, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd watch it. I still need to watch Indie Game the movie.
Me too, actually. It's on Netflix, and I haven't watched it.
It's on Netflix, and I haven't watched it yet.
By the way, are you still using my Netflix account?
No, I'm not.
Well, that's okay, because I changed my password recently.
I know you did.
That's why you're not using it? Oh, you should have asked.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you after.
No, by all means. So I don't even remember where I was going with this, but yeah, I mean, it could be a good movie. I want to see Indie Game the movie. Speaking of gaming movies, though, Valve, they're also I guess that's a bit of news. I don't know if it's really news, or I guess it's an extra thing as well. Valve are making a documentary about the development and the release of Dota 2.
I see.
Called Free to Play. So I mean, that's kind of cool. So they're pretty much making this documentary about how Dota 2 is developed by the sounds of it, and how they've gone about releasing it, and apparently going into the tournament and all that stuff. So it'd be kind of interesting to go into that, because a lot of Valve games seem to follow the same staple at this point. Like, I'm kind of waiting for Counter-Strike to go free to play at this point.
Okay, I'm back.
So yeah, gaming movies. Console war could be interesting. I need to see Indie Game the movie, and free to play from Valve. I really want to see that and see, because Dota 2. I mean, I played a bit of Dota 2 when it was in development, so it'd be kind of cool to kind of check that out.
What I'd really like to see Valve make is Half-Life 3.
You know, every time it gets mentioned, it gets delayed for years.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not seeing it till the fucking next millennium then.
Surprisingly,
year 3000 confirmed.
3000, yep. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yep. It's going to be a bundle with Portal 3.
It's never going to come out.
It's
never going to come out. At this point, it's going to be so much hype that they're never going to release it. They're going to end on a cliffhanger. They're going to My Name is Earl it and end it on a cliffhanger. Piss me off.
Still pissed about that.
I am too, Ray. That was bullshit. I can't believe they ended that shit on a cliffhanger.
And you know the worst thing about it? The writers went on to make Raising Hope, which is a great show, really funny. But in the first episode, there's in the background a news segment about a local man who's gone around making good on all the bad things he's done, and he says you'll never guess how it ends. And at that point, the mother picks up the TV to hit someone over the head with. That sounds a lot weirder than it was in the show, though. But
sounds interesting, though.
So it's still on a cliffhanger. Still don't know.
Still want to know.
Still want to. Here, Jason Lee might be in this new Tony Hawk game. Maybe we'll find out then.
Maybe we will.
I doubt it, though.
Probably not.
I'd
like to know, though.
Someday. Never. Actually, probably.
Anyway,
no. Are we moving on?
I guess so.
So what's next? We've got some new releases this week.
We do have new releases. Kind of winding up the show here. So first up, probably the biggest. Probably safe to say the biggest release of the week. FIFA is coming out.
I thought you said FIFA there.
Yeah, FIFA is coming out. No, FIFA is coming out. Multi-platform, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, PC, all the good stuff. This is
one of those hyped games. Well, it's not so much hyped, but it's highly anticipated. There's a lot of people waiting for this game, and it seems really good.
Yeah, it seems really good. I haven't really done my research. I know nothing about it. It's a stealth game, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. I know one of the gimmicks of it is that you can go the entire way through the game without killing a single enemy. I I believe it actually. What's meant by that is you can go through it without even interacting with an enemy.
See, but how frustrating. What are the chances of someone like me or you doing that, though, when we have the patience of nothing?
Oh, I don't even particularly like stealth games. There's no chance of me doing that. I'll just snap everyone's neck. That's what's going to happen.
See, I like stealth games to a certain extent. Like, I've been playing through Dishonored, and I'm trying to go through without killing anyone, and it can be really frustrating at times.
Mm-hmm.
Really frustrating at times, because you're just like, I know where to go. I know why to get. I want to go there, but I have to wait for 20 minutes because some guy has to walk somewhere. But I mean, FIFA looks cool. It's coming on PS4 as well. Probably won't get it because I'm saving up for Infamous and whatever else is coming out. But yeah, probably won't get it. It does look interesting though. Hopefully we'll get around to playing it. I think it's actually on sale at Steam at the minute.
Is it?
And if you buy it on Steam, I think it's about 10-50% off if you pre-order on Steam.
Okay, and I suppose with Steam then you get the pre-install so you can launch it as soon as it hits midnight or whatever.
I assume so, yeah. And I think you get stuff in extra games in other games. So I think you get some items in TF2.
Of course, a hat.
Yeah, I think you get a hat, and I think you get something in Dota 2. I'm not 100% on that. But you definitely get something in TF2 because, every game has something for TF2 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. I love TF2.
Yeah, maybe when Batman comes out, there'll be a cowl in Team Fortress.
Maybe when Batman comes out, it's just going to be a broken game.
Probably, well.
That's the DLC. The added bonus will just be broken.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will. Next up, Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Yes. I haven't played a Castlevania game, well, I'd say in years, but I haven't played a new Castlevania game. I played the originals, a lot of fun. I saw... Is this Lord of Shadows 2 coming out?
I honestly don't know. All I said was Lords of Shadow, but I thought Lords of Shadow was already out.
Yeah, I think this is either Lords of Shadow 2 or it's coming out and this is being released on more consoles than it was on, possibly. We should do a bit more research sometimes. But from what I've seen of whatever the last Castlevania game was, it seems pretty cool. Maybe not my sort of thing. It seems very...
God of War?
Yeah, God of War-esque. If you've ever played Castlevania on... What was it? The N64. I think it was their first 3D one. Wasn't the best thing ever, so I suppose that sort of soured me towards future versions of the game. But I don't know. I might try it out.
I'm not a massive fan. I've never played a Castlevania game ever, and really? I'm not a massive fan of God of War, so I probably have no. I probably won't touch this game, to be honest, unless I hear it's really good. I probably won't touch it. Who am I kidding?
I don't know. It depends. If I decide to boot up one of the originals, I might get really nostalgic and decide to maybe rent it or something. So, yeah. We'll see.
Maybe. I'm sure you'll let us know.
Probably.
Oh God. What the fuck was that?
I exploded.
Yeah, you did.
I forgot to mute the
Next
up.
Next up is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Yes.
This game, I don't even know how to describe it. So they've taken... Everyone knows Plants vs. Zombies. You get your 5 little patches and you can get your little plants, and it's a tower defense game.
Yeah.
They decided to turn it into Battlefield. And now it's a shooter.
Now, just the idea of that concept, does that not sound amazing to you?
Yes. I don't even know what to say about this game. So yeah, they've turned Plants vs. Zombies and turned into a shooter. So you get all your plants, like your pea shooter, your little punching plant, and all kinds of different shit. And you fight zombies in what seems to be kind of horde mode type thing.
Yeah.
You just get swarmed by shit, and there's bosses that pop up. Looks interesting. It's Xbox exclusive, 360 and Xbox One. I don't know if that's timed exclusives or just permanent exclusive, but Yeah, I don't know what to think about this game.
I actually meant to bring this up the other week when you were talking about Plants vs Zombies, but totally forgot to. I don't know. It seems kind of zany and cartoony, which for a game called Plants vs Zombies you're going to expect. Um, I sort of like the idea of it, but I don't know. I'm hesitant on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's a full price game or not. If it's supposed to, if it's a discounted game, but I don't see like how big of a game it could be.
Yeah,
I guess I mean I don't see like that much replayability in this, but from especially from the videos I've seen, I didn't see like it seems like a game like you play for a few hours, and be like, haha, right, okay. Like I could imagine sitting there for hours and hours and hours playing this game, but I guess we'll have to see. Not
yeah,
anytime soon because I don't have an Xbox, so. But that's coming out.
yes, it is indeed. I got reminded when I walked into game earlier.
Did you?
Yeah, saw it sitting there on the shelf.
That's nice.
But anyway,
Yeah, this final one we hinted at earlier: Resident Evil 4 Ultimate HD Edition on the PC. Yeah, it's about the 90th version of Resident Evil 4, and now it's on PC. It was on PC before, but now we get the Ultimate HD Edition. I don't know what the hell makes it Ultimate, because I don't think there was any DLC for it, because this was pre-DLC. But the ones on the console were the HD Edition, and now this is the Ultimate HD Edition. But I don't know what the hell makes it Ultimate.
maybe there's a thing where a zombie can go Super Saiyan, and that's really extreme, so it's ultimate.
Maybe they changed the game completely and got rid of that annoying bitch Ashley and changed it from a fucking escort mission to a fun game. I
Maybe,
mean, Resident Evil 4 was alright, but the fact that it was pretty much an escort mission through, like, what, 8 hours of the game?
maybe what happened is they played Bioshock Infinite, realized, oh, that's what we should have done, and then did that.
I'm just saying, who at Capcom thought, you know what people love? Escort missions. Let's make a game that's nothing but an escort mission. And then we'll tack the name Resident Evil on it, even though it has literally jack shit to do with Resident Evil. Yeah, that sounds like a brilliant idea. We'll do that. Escort missions and we'll ruin the name of Resident Evil. Yes. I don't know.
I don't know. I never played 4. I barely played 1 and 2.
I beat 1. I played a bit of 2. I beat 3. Beat 4. Beat 5 numerous times. And never played 6. And I never played Operation Raccoon City. But I heard Operation Raccoon City was garbage. I know. The thing is that I watched a Let's Play of Raccoon City.
Yeah.
And the game's about an hour and a half long. It was a 40 quid game, and it was about an hour and a half long. And it was just like, what the hell are you thinking, charging 40 quid for a game that's like... I think it was just over an hour long.
Oh. Talk about raccoons, though. Did you see the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer?
No.
Oh my god, I want to see that movie so badly.
You're clenching the straws for these segues at this point.
I am indeed, but I realised I hadn't made one in a while.
Speaking of a raccoon. Oh, God.
Rocket. I mean, how can you not love a movie that has a character called Rocket Raccoon in it?
I don't know, I couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
So you never played Resident Evil 4, even though it's on literally every console known to man?
Nope, never.
But you never played the first... Oh, I played a bit of... I played halfway through Code Veronica as well.
It was really good, wasn't it? Heard
Code
very
Veronica?
good things about... Yeah. Or am I mixing it up with a different one?
Well, pretty much the first 3 are regarded as being just absolutely amazing as well. I
know that.
I really enjoyed Resident Evil 3. To me, Resident Evil 3 was my favorite. The thing is, I didn't mind the gameplay of 4. I welcomed the gameplay. I didn't mind the third-person shooter bit. It was the fact that, like, it went from being a horror game to an action game, and then they made it an escort mission the entire way through, and that annoyed the hell out of me because it was just like, the gameplay could have been really fun, but I don't know why they had to tack on this escort mission.
The conundrum wrapped in an enigma.
Kind of like Jeff Hardy.
Don't get me onto wrestling again.
With loads of pills. Love grapes.
That was Matt. Don't be silly.
Matt Hardy loves his grapes.
Matt Hardy does love his grapes.
He loves his grapes. Now you see it. Now you don't.
Now you don't.
The grape is gone. Like his career.
Oh, so gone.
So gone.
So what do you think? When was the last time you played Resident Evil 4?
The last time I played it was the last time I beat it, which was fuck, I don't even remember.
So would you give it a spin if it's cheap on Steam?
No.
No?
No, I mean, when I played it, it was fun, but I can't hack escorting that bitch the entire way through. Because the thing is, they kind of keep the survival horror aspect of it, where like sometimes health and shit isn't limited supply, but you have to keep track of her health as well.
Yeah.
And I did not think it was fun. I really did not think escorting that bitch the entire time was fun. I didn't think anything about that was fun. I don't know why the hell they made that the entire game.
Were you just thinking the whole way through, when the fuck is this mission going to be over?
Yeah, have you played Metal Gear Solid 2?
Not entirely.
Well, there's an escort mission, underwater escort mission.
I know the one.
Exactly. Imagine that for about 8 hours.
Seems horrible.
Exactly. That's about how fun Resident Evil 4 was for me.
And what percentage of the game is it?
More than half.
Oh god.
More than half is an escort mission, I would say.
Nah, fuck all kinds of that.
But the thing is that it didn't seem like a Resident Evil game. It just seemed like they tried to make all these loose, like they were trying to segue. Like they went to the Aidan.
They should have came to me.
They went to the Aidan school. Segues. Yeah, they went to the Aidan school of segues to try and figure out, like, how the hell can we connect this to Resident Evil? It's like, I know, we'll have Leon in it. It's like, and what else? We'll throw Ada in it. What else? Well, that's it. We'll make one reference to Raccoon City 5 minutes into the game, and that'll be it. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I probably would never go back and play Resident Evil 4 ever again. I played it once, it was fine, but I would never go back and play it. I replayed Resident Evil 5 about 20 times. Just because it was co-op. The game itself, the story, couldn't give a rat's ass. The co-op, though, was pretty good, so I played it.
Right. Well, I think you've nerd raged enough there. Which...
Have we?
Well, you have. I don't believe I nerd raged an awful lot.
If you want to hear me nerd rage, just wait until Smite gets released. Wait until Smite gets released. Which, oddly enough, I think is like 4 days after Infamous, so...
Oh, you're not going to be playing it then.
Oh my god.
I'm just imagining you in your room, wrapped in your duvet, packet of Watsits at your side, some Pepsi, just playing Infamous.
That's pretty much what it's going to be like. And then, when I'm not playing Infamous for whatever reason, I'll be playing Smite and then get really angry at people.
And then go back to Infamous.
And then go back to Infamous.
Don't have to deal with you people in this game.
Exactly. I don't have to deal with you pricks.
I can just imagine you still in a Smite game with your headset on, shouting at them while you played Infamous.
Oh my god. Sometimes in these games, man, sometimes you just lose all patience. Not because they're bad at the game. I don't mind people are bad at the game because, everyone goes through that. No one's perfect at a game when they start. What I have a problem is that when people are bad at the game and then fucking shit talk people for being bad at the game. I had a guy the other day, right, when I talked about Smite, I said that, if you're a tryhard dick, fuck off the league. Right. Me and my friend, we made a clan on there just to dick about. literally just to dick about. We're not a pro team. We just dick about. Some guy told me to go to League because I'm a tryhard.
Maybe listen to the podcast.
I am the least tryhardish person on the planet. I don't give a fuck if I lose in Smite. I really don't. I can sleep at night if I lose in Smite. Trust me. So I just thought it was extremely funny for someone to tell me I need to go to League because I'm in a clan. And I was just kind of like, really? You're totally missing all sense of irony here when you're being the tryhard twat and you're telling me I need to go to League.
That totally wasn't me.
I hated it. I hate people.
We already know.
I can't stand people. Which is why it's a plea at this point. It's not a question, it's a plea. For the love of God, if you're not a dick, please someone play Smite with me. Just please, don't make me deal with these people anymore.
Well, that excuse me, because I'm a bit of a dick.
I don't even care. See, the thing is, I make it sound like Smite has the worst community on the planet. Smite actually has quite a good community. It's just the ones who are pricks are loud and annoying.
Oh. So, can you see yourself giving up on Smite once it's released if it's as bad as it could be?
See, I don't know, because at the core of it, it's a really good game. At the core of it, I absolutely love and adore Smite. I think the idea of MOBAs, to me, are extremely fascinating. And the idea, I watch Smite. I've never, I watch Let's Plays for the people doing it. I watch, different things, mostly for the player. Very rarely do I watch a game where the person playing is completely irrelevant to me. There's something about Smite I absolutely love, and I like the idea of a MOBA, and I love, playing it, because I think the idea and the gameplay of it is fantastic. It just ends up being the fact that, unfortunately with MOBAs, it just ends up being, where the community just ends up being twats half the time. That being said, Smite probably has the best community of all MOBAs at this point.
Well, as I said, probably going to download it now that I know about those voiceovers.
Yeah, you should.
So yeah. Depends, how hard am I going to have to work to get those gods? Because I'm not paying shit.
It depends really what you plan on doing. They could be on the free rotation. I don't know what the free rotation is this week, so you might have to do that. The other thing is depending how many games you play. Oh, I found out as well. I don't know if I mentioned this in my review, the initial review. They've added a co-op mode now. Similar to Dota. Dota, I think League has it as well, where you can do co-op versus bots.
Ah.
So, that's kind of cool.
Seems like a bit of a training ground sort of thing.
Yeah, and the bots are horrendous in this game, so you'll be fine.
Oh.
The bots are absolutely horrendous, and they do 3-3-3 joust, assault, and arena against bots. So that's pretty much I would say pretty much a good way to kind of introduce yourself to the game, because doing the practice 1v1 is kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Other than trying to learn a god's abilities. If you kind of want to jump in and not scrub it up a bit, I'd say probably trying out the co-op would probably be your best bet anyway.
Cool. Right, now let's call this.
We're calling this?
We're calling this because we're getting into very slim pickings now.
We are getting into slim pickings.
But the good news is I've written you an outro.
You have written me an outro, yes. In fact, I'm going to save that for the end, I guess. So, here's the thing. We've tried something new this week. Yeah. Are we going to stick with it? I don't know yet. We could go back to the old format again. We're still in beta. We're still figuring out. We're still trying to find our sea legs here. But this is where you guys come in. I'm going to keep saying this until someone actually does it. We want feedback. Seriously, we want to know. We want to hear from you guys. And like I said last week, we want questions as well. We want all of that. So, you guys listening, definitely send us suggestions on Twitter at InventoryCast and leave us comments down below because we're on YouTube. That's how you're listening to us because we're not anywhere else at the minute. As far as I know, anyway, we're not anywhere else yet. So we're just on YouTube. So leave your comments down below and everything. Yeah, we want to hear from you. We want to hear everything. We want to hear everything.
All the things.
So with that being said, let's end this. Thank you guys for listening to this really, really weird episode 5. Really weird episode 5. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to follow us on Twitter at InventoryCast, like us on Facebook, and subscribe and like this video on YouTube. We will see you guys next week, and I've also got to say this. Tune in next week for more Nerd Rage and shit talk from the worst gaming podcast in the world.
Oh, that can be funny.
There you go. So, we will see you guys next week.
Yes, we will.
Bye.
Bye.